Hello, ladies of Mental Jam. Hello, ladies of Mental Jam. If you're in your 20s, then this video is for you. Hello, and you're welcome back to my channel. Yippee! Okay, so this video is too serious for a chaotic day in the life. So let's chat. Here are 10 things I wish I knew in my 20s. Number one, the relationship is very important. While growing up, I've always been a social person, very social, and I was very sociable. That's the word, yes. I am the life of the party. I bring the life to any space. I just brighten up a space. It was very easy for me to attract people, but it wasn't easy for me to keep them. Okay. So I had that issue of attracting people tending, you know, towards me. And then eventually I would not know how to handle the relationship and then I lose them. But as old as I am right now, I have come to understand that relationship is very, very important. And as little as, hello, hi, how you doing? I just wanted to check up on you. I hope you're well. And stuff like that can make the difference. And once in a while, you could, fix dates, hang out together. It could be same sex relationship. It could be the opposite sex relationship. But when I mean relationship, I mean friendship. Very, very important. So now in my 30s, I am beginning to prioritize my relationship with my friends, even though my circle is small. But I have come to understand that these are people that I have known for the longest part of my life. So I really, really have to um, be there for them just as they are there for me. And number two, that 30 years is just a few seconds away. Why do I say this? When I was a teenager, many years ago, I used to see people in their 30s, especially 30 years on the dot and above, as people that are so old. I mean, sometimes the teenage thing when you go in groups and then you tend to probably mock some. Well, not me. Even if I did, I am so sorry for anyone I mocked who was in their 30s because right now I'm in that category and I understand perfectly well that no one sets anything for their lives. You just wake up and see yourself aging and so many things falling in place and you really cannot help it because, of course, you're getting old. So 30 years is just a few seconds away. At the blink of an eye, you're already 40. At the blink of another eye, you're already 50. So at this stage of my life, I have come to appreciate people in their 30s that I thought didn't know what they were doing. As a young person who is being catered for, who everything is provided for, you really do not know the struggles of people, especially in that age category. So you think you're smarter, you're better because you're young, without knowing that whatever they do would also catch up with you. The Igbos would say "Abasios agwa mile," "Ebe ife luluko kolobia getolo," stuff like that. When a man gets to adulthood, he's gonna wait for the young stars to come up and meet him. So it's just life; it's in cycles. And number three, every moment spent with people or anyone could be your last time alive. So on that note, you're supposed to appreciate every single moment with people. It shouldn't be disastrous. It shouldn't be chaotic. It shouldn't be moments that when they leave you, they feel worse than they met you. Personally, I've always loved to be the people fixer, the people person who would always make somebody happier than they met me. But at some point, things happened in my life growing up, and I was like, no, 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 I'm shutting it. I'm shutting everything off. I'm shutting it out. I'm not going to be this person anymore. If you give me the energy you bring is the energy I give. Yes, sometimes it works for me, but I've come to realize that all of this does not matter. At the end of the day, I would want to quietly leave this world peacefully knowing that I am in good terms with virtually everyone, if not everyone, that came across me. Number four, live and enjoy every moment of your life meaningfully. I mean, when I was in school, because the school I went to was the state was a bit myopic. So people tend to see you when you dress up, you play dress up, they just tag you that you're promiscuous without even knowing. Like, I've always loved to wear makeup, I've always loved to look good and all that stuff. And then it would make me want to retract certain things so that they don't continue saying those things because they are hurtful. But I've come to realize now that if I was to go back to my 20s, I would damn the noise. I would damn the noise and live my life and enjoy myself just the way I want it. When I mean enjoyment, I don't mean being promiscuous or going about with men or all that stuff. No, I mean going out, hanging out with my girls unapologetically without having to explain to you that we are funding ourselves and taking care of ourselves. You're welcome back to the chat. Number six on my list is that financial investment is best started early, especially when you have very little. There are times that you see people in their late 30s or 40s living La Vida Loca, enjoying life without knowing the struggles they went through in their 20s. Some of these people laid down plans in their 20s to enjoy their lives in their late 30s and 40s and upwards. Now, I also made certain mistakes when I was in my 20s. I was having funds coming in, from my parents, from my aunties, from my uncles, from my cousins, and it was just coming always almost constant. And I felt, since the money was coming, I saved a little. I remember what I did sometime. I and my best friend, I encouraged her. I have that gift of motivating people. So I motivated her, both of us actually, and I set a goal for us. Listen, let's open a bank account separately, savings, just a different bank account from what we use daily. Let's do a target savings and see how far, if we can do 500,000 in a couple of months. And we did it, and we started saving. Before you know it, I started going to the bank to withdraw the money. If I had known what I know now, I would have started a strict, probably a trust fund or federal government bond, as early as far back as when I was an undergraduate in my 20s. It would have helped me with a lot of funds now that I'm in my 30s, because I may not even want to touch it. I may want to still leave it for maybe 20 years or more. And then in the future, when it matures, I know that I'm reaping a huge harvest. Number seven, traveling. For me, with what I know now, traveling is better than classroom education. I wish I knew this earlier, because when I was younger as well, I see people traveling often. My friends traveled a lot outside the country, and I was thinking maybe they were just traveling for classism and all that stuff. But now I've come to realize that it's not really classism. I had the opportunity to travel then, and I was like, no, no, I'm not ready yet. If I had traveled, maybe that would have opened the doors for me to travel more often. And I realized that the more they traveled, the more even my cousins traveled, the more my family members traveled, the more learned they were. Like, it broadened their horizon a whole lot, because you get to experience the things you study in the classroom practically. You get to experience culture firsthand. You get to experience food firsthand. You get to experience the technology that you study about in a classroom firsthand. I wish I knew these things earlier. I would have invested so much energy and resources into it. I would have gone further, far as at now. But to God be the glory, no regret. Number eight on my list is enjoy your parents, because sooner or later you would live far apart from each other's lives. I mean, you'll be far apart from each other's lives. Even if you live close, your lives would never be close like that. What do I mean? Growing up, I was closer to my mom than I am to my dad. So I know that I give her the best of my time, but after a while, I felt she was like she was burdening me. Like, she would call me 5 times a day. Sometimes I would purposely just miss her calls, because I'm like, why are you calling to check on me? I'm not a baby anymore. Just let me be. You know, I wish I knew that those times I missed her calls, were times that I would have had a lot more conversation. I would have gotten to know my mother better than having to reject those calls. And right now, I try to maximize every opportunity I get with her, even though adulthood has set in so much that when I get back from work, I am so tired and I have my kids to deal with. She's trying, because, of course, she deals with the kids even before I get back from work. But when I get back from work tired, I just want my me time to probably eat, sleep, and rest and sleep, which I may not even get to do immediately. So this is one of the things I wish I knew that time is so short, and I needed to have spent much more time with my parents. When I mean spending the time, I don't mean just being physically present. I mean soaking in every moment with them. The number nine thing on my list is minding my business is important, but caring is better. So as a child growing up, I've encountered several things that informed my decision to mind my business. So all my life, I always mind my business. I'm not nosy at all. I don't try to find out what's going on in anyone's life. You're better than me. It's okay. I'm better than you. It's fine. Like, I don't really care. But that word, I don't care, it became a problem because at some point, it made me feel like I was hard-hearted because I stopped caring. I stopped caring. I mean, I wouldn't give a hoot about anything. But now in my 30s, I'm also realizing, I have come to realize that caring is so important. If you love somebody, you must care. And if you're a people person like me, you must care. So, in as much as it's good to mind your business, so in as much as I mind my business, okay, I continue to mind my business, I have also started caring more. So I reach out to the person next to me if there is any way I can help you. It could be an act of service, it could be um, financial help, it could be in any form where I can serve, I would step in. So minding my business was important, but caring was way better. It was way better because it's actually humane to care. It's good to mind one's business so that you don't get into a lot of troubles that you have no knowledge about. But it's very important to care. Now I have learnt it and I wear care like a perfume. Anywhere I go to, I'm sure that when I leave there, people would know me as, they will take note of me as that woman or that lady who is always, checking up on people, trying to make sure that people are okay. I don't just check up on people for checking sake. I genuinely want to know if you're okay and if there is any way I can help or probably get help to you. The last on my list, which should have been my first, drum rolls, is that procrastination would eventually lead to depression. I say this without mixing words. I am talking to myself. I am still fighting this till today. It's like a disease for me. I'm a mental person. I do my things mentally. I talk to people mentally. I greet people mentally. I reply to people mentally. I do all of my work mentally. So, take for instance, someone sends me a message on WhatsApp. When I say, when the message comes in, I get to see like the header shows probably the first few lines of the message. And then in my head, I have responded. I would respond immediately in my head. That's not in person. And then I would think, done, taken care of, responded or replied, without knowing that I have not actually responded to the WhatsApp message. So say the person calls me and I'm like, hello, how are you doing? Yes, I saw your message or I thought I replied. Only for me to go check, I would find out that I did not even open the message. That's procrastination because you're living in your head and not in person. I've called 1,000 people in my head. So to me, I don't feel guilty that I haven't checked up on them because why? I've called them in my head. So until I started making conscious effort, this has always been me. I used to be a social butterfly growing up, everywhere, respond to people, social, 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 keep up with relationship. And then after a while, I transitioned into that attracting people and then, them slipping away from me. But now I have come to understand that if if I want to get results in my life, it is I think it, I do it. I think it, I do it. I think about calling somebody, I pick my phone and call immediately. Someone calls me, hey babe, please, can you send me this information? I send it immediately. Otherwise, if I drop my phone to continue what I'm doing, it's over. It's over. And eventually it leads me to this, it used to lead me to burnout, because I will now have like a backlog of so many things that I needed to do that I didn't do at the time I was supposed to do them. I don't know if I'm talking to somebody, but I know there are a lot of people like me, and I want you, especially those in their 20s. I wish that this video would get to Ladies and even men in their 20s, wake up. Life is very fickle. The time is short. It seems like it's so long, but 20 years is just few seconds away. 50 years is also few hours away. So if you want to do anything, do it now. I would have started my YouTube channel since 2000 and I think since 2016. Yes, when I've been a handy person, so I know how to do a lot of things. Someone says I'm a polymath, but I beg to differ because of course I don't know everything, but I know so many. I have a knowledge about so many things. So my friend then, whenever they wanted to go out, they would say, "Babe, please, can you just do me like send me a tutorial of how you tie your scarf and make it look very nice yourself?" I'll quickly do it, record myself. Then there was no tripod, or maybe we didn't know about tripod, but there was no the filming gadgets weren't really trending. So I'll set my camera. I think I was using an LG then or a Samsung already, and film myself doing that and send to her. And then she'll ask for a couple of things, and I would also send. And then one day, between 2009 or 10, yes, when I got into the university, that my friend one day said, "Babe, do you know you can be on YouTube?" Honestly, as far back as then, I thought YouTube was meant for a particular set of people, or that there was like this big criteria for you to get onboarded on YouTube without knowing it was just simply by having a Gmail account, and that's that. So if you see this video and you're in your 20s and you have habit of procrastinating and shifting things, sometimes it's just that you're anxious, because I know personally that I have anxiety. When I see phone when my phone rings, I get anxious, I get very nervous. Not that I did anything, but the energy to take the call, like I wish I could use that time to rest or probably sleep, probably do something just for myself. But if you're in your 20s and you're watching this video, go ahead to kill that button. Just turn it off in you. Stop procrastinating. Actively step into your future. Actively reclaim your life. This is me also talking to myself because whatever I'm dishing out here is also for me. I am not perfect, but these are 10 things I wish I knew in my 20s. I hope this video makes sense and I hope you learned one or two things. And I hope you're going to wake up today and start reclaiming your life from procrastination, from laziness, from not keeping up, from damaging your relationships by yourself due to your maybe lackadaisical attitude. And I hope you change for the best. I wish you all the best. And yes, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Chidimma Evelyn loves you. Bye.